Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and we are streaming now. So if you've just seen this video and come to it, do bear in mind that we are streaming. Now what we are streaming, and you may very well be aware of this if you've already seen the stream and then you've come to this video, is a game called Thank Goodness You're Here, which promises, in my view, based on the trailers and the publicity, to be crazy, anarchic, hilarious, and also slightly rude, which makes it a bit of a risk for us. So maybe you have come here because that was too much and you just want to see us do some Sudoku. Or maybe you're not aware of it, in which case check out the VOD and your stomach would be strong enough for it. I don't know. I don't honestly know what to expect from the game as I'm recording this. So honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens, but I'm almost more looking forward to seeing Simon's reaction to the game. Anyway, that is the streaming. We also, of course, have various other things connected with the channel, like our merchandise, like Sven's SUDOKU PAD, like our apps, which feature Cryptic Sudoku and Thermo Sudoku, the two genres that feature in today's puzzle. And of course, on Patreon, you can still have a go at the Hollywood Lunchbox. Well, I mean, you can have a go forever, but you can still submit an answer by the closing date and get entered in the competition until the 20th. And we encourage you to do so. That is one of the attractions on Patreon. There are a number of other things out there, and we love bringing extra stuff to you. So it's there, crosswords, connections, and other stuff. Do check it out. But this is a debut, I think, from the autistic Kantian, which strikes me as alarmingly self-described. Okay, I'm no psychological expert, so not only do I not know the full connotations behind autistic, which may surprise you, but I know very little about what a Kantian is. So I don't know if that's necessarily an ironic description or indeed a very accurate one, but we welcome the autistic Kantian because we welcome everybody. And this one is called Right Up to the Point. It is a debut puzzle, so we're delighted to have the autistic Kantian with us. Give a try to his puzzle. You can do it in the first link under the video. There is also, by the way, a link to our forthcoming appearance at the Stratford Literary Festival. And I'm going to go through the rules now. The rules are these. Normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Digits along a grey thermometer increase from the bulb end, so they get bigger as they go, or as the thermometer grows. Digits separated by a white dot are consecutive. Digits separated by a black dot are in a 1 to 2 ratio. Those are the rules. It's for us, this is a fairly simple rule set, just 2 kind of, or maybe 3 rules to get to grips with. Not a digit in the grid. We've got long used to not expecting those, and it just amuses me when I think back to the early days of the channel and how much it was rooted in classic Sudoku, and then when we went variant, there would still be plenty of digits in the grid. Anyway, enough waffle. Let's get cracking. So, right, we've got 2 6-cell thermos near the top of the grid. Everything else is a very small thermo, and Simon would assume that I will instantly pencil mark all these thermos, but I won't do that. I'm not even going to do it for these ones, because I can now see that they both end on a black dot. Now that's interesting. Just check what the lowest digit that could go on the tips of these thermos, these 2 cells. I think these are the most interesting cells that I've spotted so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are both at least 6. Now, I occasionally refer to a family of black dot digits, and that's because 5, 7, and 9, which are not in the family, cannot sit on a black dot. Now, this is very appropriate for me today because it's the day I'm going to see, by now I will have seen, my aunt, who is nearly 80 and is the only person from that generation left in my close family. So, hurrah. Anyway, 5, 7 and 9 cannot go in these cells, but we've just worked out that they're at least 6. So they are 6 and 8. And their black dot comrades, family members perhaps, are 3 and 4. So I don't know which way they go round, but I do know that one of them is a 6. Yes, this is good. So whichever one is a 6, the thermo is completely fixed. It must go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 6. But you can see what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about this cell. If this thermo went 1, 2, 3, 4, what happens to this cell? It explodes in a puff of dust. And the puzzle breaks. So this is not the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 thermo. It's this one, which is a very nice start. Now, I mean, you could be quite a while in this puzzle before finding that start. But it is definitely, I think, the way the puzzle is intended to begin. Solving. So, I mean, that's nice. Just good stuff from the autistic Kantian. Right, 4 on a black dot. Okay, well, this can't be 2. It's in the 4th place on a thermo. So that's an 8. That's pretty much a giveaway. This thermo, yeah. Now, I would be tempted to pencil mark this, but I don't think we have to much. This digit can't be a 1 because it's in the same column as a 1. So that's at least 2. That makes this one at least 3, but it can't actually be 3 because of that. So once it can't be 3, but it's at least 3, we can fill in all of these. That must go 4, 5, 6, 7 so that it can ascend to this 8. Then I do get to pencil mark 1 dot finally. Now this is a very packed box. And it is not, I was going to say it's not packed with places where 9s and 8s and 7s can go. It's not quite true. A 9 can go there on a thermo, but not in any of these other cells because they're not tips. But however, a 9 can also go there. So 9 is in one of those places. 8, I was then going to say, must occupy the same cells, but actually 8 could go there. So I don't quite have this going on. In fact, 8 in box 2 is in one of those two. Yes, so is 4. Look at that. You've got 8 there and 4 there. So they must be in this group of cells. The 8, 4 are both looking at that. So this is a 4, 8 pair. Now, what can this be? Could it be 5? No. This thermo can't start. Oh, this is an important point. Neither of these thermos can start with 1 or 2. Right, I am going to pencil mark them. Let's say 3, 4, 5 there, 4, 5, 6 here, 6 or 7 in that cell. In fact, that one can't be 4, I've just noticed. Then 3, 4, 5 here. Now, there's no way we're going to get to a digit that's consecutive with 4 there. It's just too short a distance. 5 is obviously the candidate, and that couldn't start with 3, 4, or 5. So we know which way round this 8 and 4 go. Now, this is 7 or 9 because of the white dot. And now I'm beginning to regret having started pencil marking because quite a few pencil marks have to go in. Are they going to tell me anything? Yes, they're going to tell me that 9 can't go here. Actually, that should have been obvious, and I didn't see it, but there we go. Things that are obvious to you may not be the thing I'm focusing on, so I just don't spot them for a while. That happens regularly, and people go, oh, this guy thinks he's an expert, which I don't, actually, but anyway. Now, this digit is next to 5 or 6, and it's not 4, so that is 5, 6, or 7, and surely we're going to be getting some kind of double, triple. No, we get, yeah, well, there's a sort of quintuple. None of those can be 8. Yes, the white dot it is that has stopped this being 8. So that's 8. Then we can make sure that that's 9 on the end of the thermo. We've got a 1, 6, 7 triple here. 3 is in one of those cells. So 3 is in one of these two on the white dot. Ah, so the only possible digit, yes, this is just Sudoku. There has to be a 3 in box 4, and that 3 is there. So the 3 in row 5 has to be in one of these 3 cells. It can't be there. So it must be on the white dot. Now the only cells 3 can go with on the white dot are 2 and 4. This cell cannot be 4 because of that. But look, it's on a 3-cell thermo. So now we can just fill in 3 there, 2, 1. That, I mean, we're flying now. That 2 makes this a 4. These digits are 5, 8, 9. The only ones that can go on the white dot out of those are an 8, 9 pair, which doesn't particularly help this thermo, but gives us a 5 there. 2, 3, 4. This can't be 4. So now that's a 5, 6, 7 triple, and this is 3, 4 as a pair down here, which I could have worked out by seeing that 4. Now, in this 5, 6, 7 triple, one of these on the white dot is even, because a white dot always contains an even and an odd, and that even digit is a 6. So this isn't a 6. Oh, and the 5, 6, 7 triple leaves this to be a 9, I think. And then these are from 2, 6, 7 to complete box 5. And I don't actually know how to do that. So we've got a 9 in one of those 2 cells. 9 in column 7 is in one of those 2. It can't be here. Oh, we've got a 1 on a black dot. That's very easy to complete. 2 there. This looks like a naked single. It sees 7, 4, 5, 9, 1, 2 in the column. 8, 6 in the box. The only digit that can go in there is a 3. That's what we mean by a naked single. Right. Now that is a 6, 8 pair. That can't be 8 on a 3-cell thermo. So that's 6. This is 7 or 8, and in fact it can't be 8. So it's 7, and that doesn't tell us what goes on the end of the thermo. But it does tell us what goes in this cell. And then down here we've got a 4, 9 pair. This is a 1 on its thermo that ends in 2. That 1 gets placed in box 2. That places 2 in box 5 because of that 2, 9 pair that we found. 6 there is sorting out the 7, 6 pair that I hadn't seen. That's dealing with the triple over here. It doesn't resolve the 3, 4 pair on the bulbs. This group of cells is 4, 7 and 9. Now, what do we know there? This can't be 7 by Sudoku. On the white dot, if that's a 4, this is a 3. If that's a 7, this is an 8. And if it's a 9, it's an 8 as well. So this is now 3 or 8. This is a 3, 5 pair. We don't actually have all that many pencil markings in the bottom. Sorry, not pencil markings. All that many grid markings in the bottom 3 rows. So we're relying on these thermos and that white dot to disambiguate anything that needs it. Maybe I'll start at the top of the grid with the rest. So 2, 9 are resolved by that 9. That puts a 3 on this bulb. Now, what does that do? 3, 9, 8, 2, 4, 7, 6. This is 1 or 5, and these are from 1, 5, 7. It didn't do much. I might have to come back down the bottom again. And maybe this 6 on the end of a thermo, which cannot begin with a 1. So let's do the old Goodlift trick and pencil mark. That becomes 4 or 5. Now, if this was a 3, it would be very constraining. That would be 2, that would be 4, that would be 5. But I can't rule that out yet, so I'm not going to. I'm going to find something else in the puzzle, which just got a little bit stickier towards the end, didn't it? Or am I missing something huge? I probably am. Okay, well, I mean, this is a naked single, right. Thank you if you spotted that and were shouting it at the screen. 49256 in the column, 138 in the row. That becomes a 7. Now, this is now a 138 triple down here. These 3 cells. So that can't be 3. 7, 1 top row. That's 2 or 5. These are from 2, 5, 6. Don't know what's going on there. That didn't quite finish anything off. I thought that was going to be a big step. Oh, that 3, there you go. I see, that's looking at that. So we get these bulbs resolved. That 4 makes this a 5. That's going to look across now to a 3-5 pair. We get a 5 in one of these cells. That is standard Sudoku technique, by the way, in case you come here to learn some of the basics. When you find something from one dimension, I got that 5 because of the column, then try and use it in the row next, because it will often yield something, and that applies in classic Sudoku as much as in this sort of thing. So it didn't finally resolve this, but it does take 5 out of that cell at the top. 9, 7, 3. We've got a 9 to place in this box. That's quite interesting. It has to go here. It can't go on a bulb. And therefore, oh, now we're going to get things unwound. 4, 7, 8. That's not 7. In fact, that's 9. So that deals with the 4 and 9, which were the last items remaining in box 8. Now, that has become a 2. This is now a 3-5 pair, and we know the order. We have very few digits in these final columns, but 3 was one of them. 2, 9, 8, 5. This is now a 1-3 pair. In fact, that can't be 3. That is a 1. 3 there. 4, 6, and 7. And now I think we can probably finish the puzzle. 1, 2 here. 6, 8 pair there. Let's look up the first column. That has become a 5 in the corner. And we can fill in the other digits in the box. That's a 2 in this corner. 1 in the final corner. No song singing today. That's 7, that's 5. What have we got to place up here? 9 and 1. Good. 8, 9, 8, 6. And there we go. Very smooth solve. So I hope that means that the author is neither as autistic nor as Kantian as they claim. But it's a very neat puzzle put together in our software. Thank you for that. With rules as we would have written them. Thank you for that, Autistic Kantian. And it's an excellent debut submission. And not too tough. Nice and approachable Sudoku. So we like that on the channel from time to time. Well, on a regular basis, even though some of the puzzles we get doing are pretty tough. But that's good fun. Thank you for watching as always. And we really hope... Well, we hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope I enjoyed the stream. I hope Simon enjoyed the stream, because that always makes it good fun if we do too. And we hope to see you again on the channel soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.